This is a Sage Story.
My name is Debbie Warren. I was born in July 1955.
All right.
When I was growing up. Especially by the time I got to be in high school, it was especially important. It was my circle, my social circle. The things we learned were really important to me. The activities, the meaning, the purpose that we had. So much so that I wanted to make creating that kind of environment for others my life's calling. By the time I got to college, I was very confused by my sexuality. I knew that I was different. However, I wanted to be fully accepted. And in high school and college, I wanted to participate in the things that my peers were participating in, the dances, all of that. And I did, but it felt awkward to me because I knew I wasn't attracted to fellas, and I didn't quite know what to do with myself. Sometimes I thought I might grow out of that. But I never did, but it was confusing, and I knew that it was not acceptable. Well, my calling was so important to in my life, and I felt it so strongly that I just sort of stuffed it, I think. I went on to seminary, which opened up my whole world in terms of understanding sacred text much more broadly and not in the limited way I'd understood them previously growing up. I experienced some openness to LBGT people in seminary, but I was still not comfortable. I did go on to serve 2 congregations after graduation, and I always felt like I would make my ministry my life's calling, and I just wouldn't date anybody. But that didn't work after a while. Learning about AIDS, my understanding of what was happening in Charlotte for people living with HIV or AIDS, that was a huge turning point for me. And it's when I discovered a model of congregation-based volunteers who would be matched with people who were very sick and dying with AIDS, that I realized I wanted to make that model happen here in Charlotte where I live. And so I did. I began to work with congregations. We formed teams. We started an organization called RAIN, and it's been extremely meaningful, very meaningful to the people who participated, meaningful to the people in relationship and receiving care, and it's made a remarkable difference.
So
my work in AIDS has really helped me to be more fully who I am, to be more authentic, because I still work as a minister, but I'm able to work as an open lesbian and also as a minister. I work with the most remarkable people and with many different denominations and faith traditions. It's opened up my world even more so that I have learned to grow and love so many people who are very different from me. And also my ministry is much broader than anything I could have imagined when I was in seminary. My advice for any young person grappling with their sexuality is, you are loved exactly as you are. You may not feel that love from people around you right now, but you are deeply loved exactly as you are by our Creator who made you so beautifully. And if you hold tight, you will experience and have remarkable opportunities to be your authentic self and to celebrate exactly who you are. The only regret that comes to mind is perhaps telling my mother earlier. And now that my stepfather has passed away, perhaps not telling him and having a closer relationship with him. I think I let I have to cut that and let me go back. How do I want to say this? I think I let my preconceived notion of how he might respond, I think I let that interfere with our relationship. And now that he's gone, I do regret that. What I would say to an older person who's thinking about coming out is, I definitely feel it's worth it. I have a friend who's about 66 now, and she recently came out to her parents, who are quite elderly, and told them that she was going to marry her partner. And they really celebrated that event with her, and it's opened up a new level of understanding and support and encouragement in their relationship, and she's so much happier. And it's also freed her up from, I think, some of the shame that she was carrying that she no longer carries. I definitely think it will enrich her life to come out.
Share your story at sageusa.org/Sage Story.